She's a super freak, super freak. She's super freaky. She's super freaky. She's super freaky. She's a super freak, super freak. She's super freaky. She's super freaky. Yeah. Bow, 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 cha-cha, wow, wow, bow, bow. Sounds like a cheesy porn, doesn't it? Hey guys, how is everyone doing? How is everyone? Thanks you guys so much for being here. Hi, I'm here. I'm just waiting for everyone to get into the room here because I know there is a bit of a lag between when you start the live and then when people actually start filtering in. You know, since last night when I posted my video last night, I I hope you guys don't mind the avatar today. Let me know if you don't like the avatar. I can change it if you like. But I thought Meg Jong-un standing in front of Buckingham Palace from the outside would be the best. And I have an individual on Twitter who made this for me and sent it over. So I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Thank you. So I'm still a little bit triggered over my video last night. I'm still a little bit upset. And I would think, as a parent of a young child, these are normal emotions and feelings to have. It absolutely grosses me out to no ends when I see a woman well into her 60s, sorry, I meant 40s, hugging up on young children, young minors under the age of legal consent. These are young boys. And you know, we all know what Colombia is known for. Besides all the white powder that you can get there, I think we all know that Colombia is one of the biggest countries for how do I say this so early in the show without getting my entire live yanked? You know, they like to move children around. Let's put it that way. I think you guys know what I'm getting at. Just because it's so early, I can't say it. But Colombia is known for a high rate of moving children around, you know, and seeing Meghan Markle just flaunt herself all over these boys and allowing boys to just lay their heads on her chest. It's disgusting. Are you there to, I don't know, recruit children so that you can sell them off? Are you there for, like, what are you there for? What are you doing to help these children? Nothing. In my opinion, I feel like a lot of these families, because they are in low income areas, um, I feel like a lot of these families feel like, okay, there's someone of who's well known across the world. That's what they think. They think this is someone big coming into their city when there is that much of a security and police presence. These people are going to think, oh, this is someone very important coming to our town. So I feel like when these children were dancing for Harry and Meghan, I just feel that these parents probably thought, okay, maybe my children will meet this person or take a photo with them, and maybe that might help land them into a bigger role and they could be more successful and get out of this community that we're living in. Like, they can do something better for themselves. I feel like these parents think that, number one, this is a person that has some kind of clout and can help their children out in a way. And also, they must think that this is a person that you can't say no to them because they are someone with some kind of notoriety. They don't know what kind of person she truly is, but I feel like Meghan just exploits children all the time while keeping her own phantom children hidden like hostages. Neither side of the family know these two alleged children. Nobody knows them except for Cell Block 6 Doria. Tina says, parents exploit their children all the time right here on YouTube. Yeah, and I think that is absolutely gross. I think it is disgusting. I'm going to say I can only speak about my own experience, but when when my little one was born, I would post photos of him online. And I had a lot of people like reach out to me asking, "Oh, is your little one like, would you do like brand sponsorships and things like that?" And I said, at first, I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll do it." But then when I really sat down and thought about it, I was like, okay, you don't know what kind of people are looking at these photos. Yeah, it could be your little one dressed in like clothes or whatever, but there's a ton of sick people online and you don't know who you're exposing them to. So after the light bulb went off in my head, and that was about like probably around like the 6-month mark for my little one, I was like, no, I've taken down all photos of my little one offline. There is nothing, nothing that relates to my little one online. And it's just like, you got to protect kids. You got to protect your children. And these family bloggers, I think it's very creepy myself. I don't like it. I find it very exploitive of the children. And then when you read a lot of these stories later on, you find out that the parents spent all the child's money. The child was the star in these videos, but then where's the child's money? There's no trust for the child. I did send the photo to Dan Wooten, and he did make a video about Meghan dancing or posing with these children or something along those lines. But I don't know if people will actually like bang on about it like I have. I feel like, I don't know. But what I wanted to say here is that I'm still triggered. I'm still bothered because I find the entire situation to be absolutely gross. I find that anyone going to a poor country and exploiting these children is an absolute ghoul. A part of me wonders if the parents even knew, because when we think back to when Meghan went to go visit those children in Harlem, the parents weren't aware. They didn't know. They found out afterwards, which is why, if you noticed when Harry and Meghan released their Netflix crapathon, there was no footage from Harry and Meghan's Harlem school visit in their Netflix monathon. Why? Because those children are underage. You put those children in your monathon without the consent of the parents. I don't know about any other parents, but myself, heads would be rolling. And not just from the bottom, all the way to the top. The thing that annoys me is that Harry and Meghan constantly bleat on about privacy and keeping children's protected. These are the two people who are fighting or have conjoined with the Parents Network. They're supposed to keep children online, like safe online. Well, you're exploiting all these children. How is that keeping them safe? It is very gross, and people need to call this out. Mainstream media needs to call this out. It's funny because I get these photos all from the Sussex squad, and they think that this is cute. They think that Meghan doing this is they're like, "Oh, look at how close this little boy is getting to Meghan. Like his arm is behind on her shoulder. He's like fully embracing." You're telling me at 14 this little boy doesn't know what to do? 14-year-old boys are at the horniest. Well, they're always horny, but they're like walking little horn dogs. These two little boys knew exactly what they were doing. And this little boy, he saw that his friend got super close with Meghan. He saw that Meghan didn't do anything to like inch herself away from it, to put a stop to it. So guess what? He went and did the same, because boys, they look at each other and they see that, hey, look, my friend is doing it. So that means I can get away with it too. I mean, Meghan, who always likes to talk about equality for women and girls, allows a young boy to rest his head on her chest. And this little girl gets to stuff her head under Meghan's armpit. No girls around Meghan. No girls at all. The girls don't get to hugs from Meghan Markle ever. It's just the boys. Only the boys. And there was talks about that lady from Harper's Bazaar, Bianca Betancourt, being there. And look at the photo that Bianca posted. First of all, here's the boy resting his shoulder on Bianca. You can tell this boy likes to push boundaries, or maybe who knows how he was brought up. Molly, be very careful. I will. I will. Thank you, Tuscany. Thank you. I mean, if we switch the roles, if we switch roles and put a grown man in the position and what he was doing, say he was posing with the girls like that. Are you kidding? I know the boys were laying their head on Meghan Markle's padding, but still, they shouldn't be posing like that. If I was a parent, I would be pissed. I would be definitely pissed off. But this just shows how much of a predator Meghan Markle is, in my opinion, because no normal adult behaves in this manner. Bianca put a post on Instagram saying, went to Colombia, met some very cool kids, and gained some memories I'll remember for a very long time. Colombia's art, music, heritage, and traditions all make up the beating heart of its culture. Thank you to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan, and the Archewell Foundation for inviting me to tag along on such an incredible trip. So, what I want to know here is, did Archewell pay for Bianca's trip? And then did Archewell charge the Colombian government for her to be there? I want to know who paid for all of this. They all enjoy pizza and hot dogs. Yeah, they definitely do. I don't know if these photos that Meghan took with herself all draped all over these little children was basically a way for her to like signal to Hollywood, like, hey, Hollywood, I'm totally down for cheese pizzas. I'm totally down for all the creepy things you guys like doing. Pick me, pick me, pick me. Kat says, the pictures speak for themselves. Molly, you are stating the truth and we appreciate that. Nutmeg needs to be exposed and stopped. I feel like anyone who has a child would feel triggered by this, or anyone who has had a child. Who is Bianca? Bianca works for Harper's Bazaar. I think she's one of the fashion columnists there or something like that. Give me a second. I just got to blow my nose here and I don't want you guys to hear it. Apologies, friends. I don't know what's going on, if it's like late season allergies or what it is, but trust me, it's none of that Colombian marching powder that Harry and Meghan were on all the time. All the time. Dee says Meghan got her start with Harvey and Jeff. Yeah, that's wild. If some woman did that with her Archie, she'd go crazy. Do you remember how Meghan and Harry fired a nanny in the middle of the night and claimed she did something horrific to Archofficial? I feel like maybe Archie was getting too close to the nanny, and Meghan had them like lost her shit and basically fired them. That's what I think. But it's so crazy to me that this keeps on happening. This isn't the first time we've seen Meghan flirt with young minors. This isn't the first time. I will show you. Let me show you here. Hold on a second. Let me just do 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 do. It is so gross. It's so gross. I mean, I find this, you don't see anyone in the royal family behaving in this manner. Even, you know what? Even Prince Andrew. You don't see Prince Andrew draping himself all over children. We know how much the Sussex squad would drag Prince Andrew for that Photoshop with Virginia. If they're dragging Andrew for putting his hand around the waist of Virginia Giuffre, what are you going to say about Meghan Markle, who's allowed a child who is younger than VG to rest their head on her tater tots, her non-existent titties? What would they say about that? Oh, they think it's cute. They think it's so cute. I mean, at least Prince Andrew shakes hand with minors. We remember in Dagenham, will always bring this up. When Meghan couldn't keep her hands off of this 16-year-old schoolboy, constantly flirting with him. Watch the clip here.
So thank you very much.
So gross. Yeah, and have you guys ever seen Meghan touch Harry like this? I've seen her touch her other paramours, let's say, in this manner. I've never seen her hug Harry in this manner. And you know what's even more of a piss off? This day that Meghan behaved in this manner, this was March of 2020. So this was when they Mexited and they had come back for their like final events that they wanted to pull. And Meghan had set up this visit in Dagenham. The royal family, I don't think, had any ideas about it, but she was still going there as the Duchess of Sussex. This all occurred on International Women's Day. What a great example for all these girls in this school for Meghan to just drape herself all over these young boys all the time. What a feminist who advocates for equality. This is what equality means to Meghan. Lay it thick on the boys. That's what she means. Italian girls say, thank you for the super sticker, my dear. Stephen Magna says, Parents Together Foundation linked to Parents Together Action, same employee boards, CEO 2 times the salary. Ah, interesting. Stephen, you are a gem. You truly are a gem. And I appreciate all of the, messages and things that you send me. I don't want to say any more because I don't want your internet to go all wonky like last time. Kat, thank you for the $1.99. That's super sweet of you. Thank you. Oh, and if you guys don't know, let me announce this here because Friday, I know that Steph the Altar Nerd hosts something called her Royal Clubhouse on Fridays. Well, guess who's going to be in her Royal Clubhouse on Friday? Your bestie, me, Molly. Got to go. Okay, TC, have a good one. But it's not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. Bye, sugars. The sugars are upset that I'm pointing this out. But yeah, I was saying that Friday I will be on Steph the Altar Nerds channel in the Royal Clubhouse. So hopefully I can see you guys there in the chat and we will have a bit of a fun time. It should be fun. It'll definitely be fun. Steph is amazing. So I hope to see you guys there on Friday. Okay, let me get back to my little rant here. So we've always seen her act inappropriate with little boys. This isn't something new. This child knew what he was doing. And this whole notion of, oh, I'm just a hugger. We're all huggers. We just hug, hug, hug. No, nobody does this BS. Nobody goes and gives someone a full body hug the first time they meet them. It doesn't happen. Nobody does that. If you try that on a New Yorker, they'd clock you right in the face. They would definitely clock you right in the face. And it's just, I don't know. You see, I'm like at a loss for words at times, right? I'm at a complete loss for words. Now, you guys saw how Meghan was acting inappropriate with what is it? With the VP's husband. I made sure not to drink any espresso before I came onto this live. So if I can't parse my sentences well together, it's because my brain is still half asleep, just so you guys know. I didn't want to have any espresso because I feel like I garble up my words. I'm stuck in a catch-22 here. But we saw how Meghan was completely inappropriate with the VP's husband, rubbing his back, touching him, clinging on to him. Well, I don't know if you guys saw this, but let me show you something else. And what really it really made me so upset. I mean, this whole Colombian trip basically showed that Meghan Markle is nothing but a raggedy, cheap, classless trollop. The VP's husband is not rich. The VP's husband is a delivery guy with two children from like a previous relationship. Apparently, people in Colombia say that he's like just a boy toy for her, like basically the male Meghan Markle going for her, right? Because she's in a position of power. That's what they're saying. Colombian Twitter, I love Colombian Twitter. Shout out to them. He's hot. He's a good looking man. And I called that out on the first day. I said, he's a very good looking man to be with someone like her. So it makes me think, oh, he's just plowing her to get the benefits of the power too. That's all. I mean, it does explain a lot. So watch this video right here. I'm going to cut the sound on it, but I've noticed one thing. You can tell, number one, the sugars have been using AI to enhance Meghan Markle's face and people's faces, and it just looks so terrible. These are footages and videos that they are putting out for the Duke and Duchess of fighting misinformation. Constant photoshopping, putting out highly edited photos. We know what Meghan Markle looks like for real. We know that her face looks very gremlin-like. We saw it under those hot lights when she was sitting on stage. Looked like a witch. Yes, the faces are all wrong. So I think I can find the original footage because it doesn't have the AI faces. But yes, it's giving horse. It's very much giving horse. But let me play this video and you will see that Francia Marquez and whoever thought that putting these AI faces on them would be better, actually, I should say a huge thank you to you because you actually made it more visible that Francia Marquez caught this play, this flirtation that Meghan was doing with her partner from the corner of her eye. Watch this, because I saw this and I'm telling you guys, being observant sometimes it's a blessing and a curse. So Meghan is constantly rubbing her non-existent titties to the partner, like constantly flirting with him, looking at him. And you see at this moment, let me bring it back. You're trying to tell me that Francia Marquez didn't see what Meghan Markle was doing with her partner from her peripherals? Are you kidding? Any woman could see that from their peripherals. She totally saw this. I think it was Winning Communication who first pointed this out on his YouTube page. They like chopped up a whole bunch of scenes of them standing next to each other and put it all together, but you can see the flirtations. Yes, he's a good-looking man. I'm a sucker for dimples too. I like dimples, but I think that he is definitely given it to Francia because of her position in power. And he looks like the type that is a player, wants to sit on the beach all day shirtless, knows that he's taken care of, and stick his big Colombian banana in whatever orifice that moves while pretending that he is faithful to her. But let's continue here. Here again, you can see her like rubbing herself to him. He knows what's going on. He's a flirt too. It is so gross. This is Meghan Markle's idea of modernizing the monarchy. When Meghan Markle talked about modernizing the monarchy, this is what she meant. She wanted to go to poor countries, dress like a whore. She wanted to flirt with all the men, pretend that she is the next coming of Mother Teresa and Diana rolled up in one. And it is absolutely gross. Why is nobody else calling her out on the fact that she is nothing but a fraud? She has always said that to us. She has always said, I am such a fraud. She was laughing about that. When a person tells you they are a fraud, believe them. Meghan was always standing next to him until the vice presidente caught wind of what was going on, and she made sure they never sat beside each other after this. They were separated, except for the beeline that Meghan would make towards him to go and stroke another married man's back. I don't know about the married women in here. Would you go and stroke a man's back that you had just met 4 days earlier? No. You only get that close and that familiar with someone only if you were doing the horizontal cha-cha earlier in the day. Unless if you were bumping uglies, stroking pelvises together. Pelvis is such a hard word for me sometimes. It sometimes comes out as pevless. Pevless. Yeah, Meghan is upset because she can't get in front. Yeah, it's bad. She needs to be stopped. At this point, you're very much a predator. It reminds me of during lockdown when Harry and Meghan went to the kindergarten school or the preschool in LA. No parents were allowed to go on the grounds at the time. They couldn't even go into the school, but they allowed two complete strangers into their school to rub and hug all over their children and to plant forget-me-nots. What the hell do these American children know about princesses and forget-me-nots and Princess Diana? Absolutely nothing. Very creepy. Anyone else would have been dragged by now. It's very gross. It is very gross. And I got to send a huge shout out here to, I just started following this new account. There's a new account called Revealing the Narc who I've started following because they were following me and tagging me in their videos that they were posting. So you guys know Harry and Meghan's terrible dance session in Colombia. Number one, I can tell you that the dancing that Meghan was doing was not salsa. I've done salsa dancing before, and what she was doing was not salsa. It's like her idea of like seeing how people do salsa, and her just like gyrating her hips around and moving around and things like that. But I got a throw a huge shout out to Revealing the Narc, because they were on top of it, my dears. They were definitely on top of it. So we remember seeing these terrible dance moves, right? Horrible. Très horrible. She cannot dance. It's like she has two left feet. She cannot dance. And then you see a moment here when she's like grinding on Harry's leg, and then the children and the vice president are looking like, okay, this is a bit inappropriate. But look at what this account picked up here. Familiar? Remember Charles and Diana? Remember Charles and Diana dancing like this? Yeah. No, whatever dancing that was that Meghan was doing, that wasn't like, I don't know what the hell that was. But it was not salsa. Yeah, Harry and Meghan, this was it. It was all just to cosplay Diana. And this is basically what Meghan is doing. She's using other people's money, other governments' money, to go on these fake tours to have her ego stroked, to feel up some children and act like she is someone special. And she's just, it's like she wants to go to every country and just cosplay Diana and get her Diana shots in. Earth to Meghan Markle, you are not Diana. You will never be like Diana. You are nothing like Diana. And the fact that you want to be Harry's deceased mother just tells me you belong in a mental asylum in a padded cell with a straitjacket and never to be released again. Yep, that's exactly what I caught on. Yes, she's touring third world countries only. Third world countries that can't afford these trips. She's following the WEF agenda because the WEF have been holding conferences in these countries. So when they were in Nigeria, the WEF were hosting a conference down there. Colombia, they were hosting a conference down there. Now, the next stop the WEF will be making is to India for their next conference. So let's see, because apparently Harry and Meghan are going away again near Halloween. Instead of taking their phantom hostage children out for trick-or-treating, Meghan needs attention, so the narc mother needs her fuel again, and off they go to I don't know. I think they're going to go to India next. Just watch. Just watch. It's absolutely gross. And there was another photo that someone else had posted, and it was of, that Meghan walking with the children. Let me pull it up here. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Okay. Let me pull this up. Let me find it here. So there was that photo of Princess Diana walking with the children when she was on one of these tours. And there's a photo of her. I didn't save the photo. It was something like this. Hold on. Sorry, you guys. I should have grabbed this before I started. So it was something. Where is it? It's all Diana cosplay for Meghan Markle. For Meghan, it's all about like, look, I'm like Diana. And I've said this before. I've said it so many times. It seems to me that Meghan thinks that if she cosplays someone, if she dresses up like someone or does the same mannerisms and has the same body language motions as that person, then that will mean that Meghan is just like them. So remember this photo of Diana walking with the children? Now, doesn't that totally remind you of where is it? Where are these little creeps? These freaking little creepers. Seriously, they're predators. Predators of the highest order. Let me grab this photo. Here we go. Right? Is this not like straight up Diana cosplay? Is that not Diana cosplay? Jeez, Mole can type fast. I gotta credit my remember when we used to be younger and we used to have typing computer classes when we were younger? I remember in elementary school, we always had to do these computer tests, like words per minute typing sessions. So I got to credit that, because for some odd reason, that skill has always stuck with me, where I can type pretty fast. I think I can do like 85 words per minute. Not trying to brag here. I'm not pulling a Meghan Markle here. I'm not pulling a Meghan Markle here and bragging about it. But yeah, this is total Diana cosplay. It's gross. It's gross. It's completely gross. I don't like it. And let's remember, Meghan's been to India before. She went while she was trying to bag down Harry during the stalking phase, and did a whole like bunch of different PR exercises just to make her seem like she was a humanitarian. And when Meghan was in India, she complained the entire time about having to wear their clothes. She complained about having to have a red dot in the middle of her forehead. She complained about like the smell in the like, go away. Go away. Clearly, Meghan Markle is someone who does not respect anyone's culture at all. If you've never been to India, I've never been to India, but I have a lot of Indian friends, and I'm telling you, like, their culture is beautiful. If you really are interested in other people's culture, but your typing is worth bragging about than the soap story, that's hilarious. I feel like Meghan has no respect for anyone's culture, and I feel like she's the type of person who doesn't care to learn about anyone's culture anyways. I feel like she's the type, and she's She's like your stereotypical American. You know how people in third world countries or in Europe think that Americans are some of the dumbest people ever because they're clueless, they're rude, they're arrogant? I'm not saying all Americans are like that, but Meghan Markle is portraying herself as a horrible American. She is basically, per- what's the word I'm looking for? She's perpetuating the stereotypes. She is definitely perpetuating the stereotype of the rude American, the American who thinks they know better than everyone. I will never be able to wrap my head around why Meghan Markle thinks that she is the one and only person that everyone wants to hear her ridiculous word salad that she's been repeating for over 20 years just because she married a dim-witted dumbass who just happened to be a prince. I mean, we've seen Meghan's speeches. It's the same thing. Women deserve to have a voice and their voices should be heard. We should be empowering everyone. Every girl should deserve to hear her voice. Okay, Meghan, you've been saying this shit for over 20 years. How many girls have you supported to have their voices heard? Absolutely zero. Am I correct? Am I correct here? Megan's been giving the same speech for over 20 years, the same nonsense. I mean, she hasn't even thought about, okay, maybe I should change my speech a bit. No, she's stuck in that same mentality. She's telling the whole, oh, we're going to empower everyone. It's going to be so joyful. Well, what have you done? Which girls have you empowered? Who have you helped out by raising their voices? Because so far, all I know is that Meghan Markle has done everything in her power to shut down the voices of every other woman that she has bullied around her in her vicinity. Meghan has nothing. All she does is spout hot air and nothing else. Whereas with the royal family, we can see, like with Catherine's foundation, with the early years studies, we see how it's helping children. We're seeing the results. Where Meghan just goes around thinking that if she gives a speech or if she waves to someone or if she like hugs a little boy inappropriately, is that going to enrich their lives? Is that how she thinks that she is helping people? By coming around like you're some kind of colonizer and you are gracing these peasants with your presence. Her dad has created a monster. I will say that. Her dad has created a monster, but even worse, the royal family have perpetuated it to get worse. Because, and I've said this before, Meghan Markle never once showed that she had any loyalty to the royal family. What, just because you sat during an engagement interview and said, I'm going to hit the ground running and I'm so excited to be a part of the family and just get involved. And she hasn't shown anything to the royal family. She hasn't shown any kind of loyalty. She hasn't put any work into it. But then the royal family gave her a 30, oh, no, it was more. 30 million pounds was just in the security, which was paid for by the taxpayers. On top of that, Meghan Markle received a $33,000 3-day baby moon that I showed you guys in my live from the other day. Charles paid over $1 million in 2018 nearly for her clothing, and then nearly $880,000 in maternity clothes when she was wearing a moon bump. I know, I don't understand. Like, people keep saying the royal family have something to hide. Like, I'm just saying, is the royal family that weak that an unknown can just come in and infiltrate and just blow everything up? What is the point of King Charles being king if he doesn't have the power to strip his own son or to put all of his titles in abeyance? I'm not trying to, like, people say, "Oh, Mole, don't blame the royal family, don't blame the king." Well, I kinda do blame the royal family because why was this trollop, pardon me, given so much when she didn't show any loyalty to anyone in the royal family? You have Catherine, who has followed all the rules. And still, Catherine, even though she's been married to William for so long, she still doesn't have all the privileges that she could. She was never afforded the privileges that Meghan Markle was given. They welcomed her with open arms. They welcomed an outsider in with open arms. They lavished her with everything you could imagine. And what did Meghan Markle do to repay them? She claims to be a victim and she says that they are racists, right? That's how she helps them. I don't this is the one thing that constantly this is the one question that constantly plays in my head. Two names, Jimmy Savile and Lord Mountbatten. Yeah, I know about those two histories. King Charles literally walked Meghan Markle down the aisle and she turns around and calls him a racist. Everyone, look at this. Look, think about it this way. Meghan Markle has no family around her. She has no friends around her, no girlfriends around her, nobody around her, but everyone else is the problem. What was that Taylor Swift song that went, "Hi, hi, it's me. I'm the problem, it's me." Yeah, Meghan Markle is the problem. HRH wasn't supposed to be used, but they've been using it. They've been using it. They've been pushing ahead and taking an advantage of the whole King Charles not being well and just pushing ahead with their half in, half out nonsense. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. I've had that song stuck in my head since that photo of Meghan and the boys coming out. And I've also had that other song stuck in my head. What was it? How did it go? Let me think. How did it go? Let's hear it for the boys. Let's give the boys a hand. Let's hear it for the boys. Like that would be Meghan Markle's theme song. Let's hear it for the boys. You have a career in singing, Molly. You mean I have a career in shattering glass? That's what that's Meghan Markle's theme song. Let's hear it for the boys. Let's give the boys a hand. And this is, I mean, doesn't this blow everything Meghan Markle says about being a feminist and a fighter for all women and girls? Doesn't this just all blow her claims out of the water? Doesn't this just make her? I know she talks about being compassionate, but can people not see what she is doing while the king and Catherine are fighting cancer? They're taking advantage over the fact that the royal family are going through a difficult period and pushing ahead. I don't blame just Meghan Markle for all this nonsense. I blame Harry for it also. I blame Harry for bringing this raggedy trollop into the family when he should have just kept her at the Soho house like his friends told him. Keep them flapjacks to yourself, you shameless hussy. Pancakes belong on the breakfast table. Again. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. You can sing and we are fine with it. Another thing you can brag about instead of singing to seals. I don't know, guys. I was pretty triggered by the whole entire situation of Meghan rubbing her chesticles all over these little boys. And I did put a post on the Saint Meghan Markle Reddit community, and I have put the links down below if you want to check it out, because it seems like I wasn't the only one who was thoroughly disgusted by it. I think there's over 200 comments about, no, over 400 comments, I think, about how disgusted people are with Meghan and Harry constantly touching children inappropriately. I want to know why these two are getting access to schools and minor school children because they're so-called famous. Who contacted these schools to ask if Meghan Markle can come and drape herself all over these children so she can take photos of them and then exploit them online, while claiming that she wants to fight online bullying, while she wants to claim that she's fighting children's safety online? How is exploiting other people's children, complete strangers, posting their photos of their face? Like, you don't even bother to blur out these children's faces. Not at all. But yet you want to fight online cyberbullying. It is so utterly hypocritical to me. These two are nothing but walking hypocrites, and people need to constantly call them out on it. And what irritated me the most out of all of this is that, I don't know if you guys watched the video that I had posted last night, but I had spoken about this. And the video, what was it called again? The video was called Disturbing Behavior. Now, the headline first, let me show you, because I made sure to keep track of this because it irritated me. So whenever you want to upload a video to YouTube, it goes through a whole series of checks that it needs to go through first before it is allowed to be posted. My video went through all these checks, and I got a message saying your video is okay to be posted. And then once I took it out from being private to public, my video suddenly went yellow. So what that means is that there's limited visibility. There's either ads or no ads on it. This video has completely no ads. And what I did was that I was like, okay, well, what if I take the word minor out of it? And it was instantly, not even 2 seconds later, flashed to green. So it was totally okay to go. However, this morning when I don't know what time they did this, because I was up till about past like 1 a.m. folding laundry and stuff, because, with my little one heading back to school, you got to do all that school shopping, all that stuff, get it together. I'm busy. I've got that to take care of. So I went to bed pretty late after folding all the laundry. And then I came back to YouTube in the morning only to realize that my video has been turned yellow once again. And a lot of individuals are saying, Mole, we can't even play this video. When we click on it, it doesn't even play for us at all. So my answer to this, if you don't want, yeah, Katie, again, it's gone to yellow again. Yeah. So, and many people, like I said, have messaged me saying that they've tried to click on this video to watch it and it won't even upload for them. And all I have to say is, if you don't want me calling you out on your predatory behavior, then don't behave like one near children. And when I saw this, I was like, you know what? Let me get on this live and let me talk about this, because this is ridiculous. This is disgusting. Look, Rachel, you are a creep. You shouldn't be allowed children. Pat says, your video turned yellow because Meghan pissed on it. Yeah, she probably did. Her and her squats. She sure loves them. Thanks, Peachy Nana, for the super sticker. Thank you. That's very kind of you. You guys, if you are enjoying what you are watching today, please do hit that like button. I would totally appreciate the like button being hit so that this video can get out out into the algorithm. Let me just really quickly check on my phone here to see what my video status is. Let's see if YouTube has already turned this video, this live session, yellow. Let's see. And what did I say? What did I say? What did I say? It's I don't know. Apparently I'm not allowed to call out Meghan Markle's gross behavior. It is a disgrace, Maureen. It's gross. It's predatory behavior. It's disgusting. No adult should be getting this close to children. I want to know who allowed them to go to these schools and exploit these children so that Meghan Markle can have her faux Diana moments. Joe Vickers, you just tried to watch it. It's not a problem. Well, I'm glad it's working for you because yeah, if you guys see, like, go through the comments or it could be that inappropriately isn't allowed, as you could be right. But like, I didn't think inappropriate would be a bad word, because what I do when I usually want to write my titles is that I'll go to other channels, even bigger channels, and see what they put in their titles, and I do the same as them. But I don't know. I don't it's all good. Look, as long as I can still get on here and y'all are here and I can get my message out, that's all that matters, right? That is all that matters at the end of the day. And I felt like, you know what? I had to come on here and call out Duchess Hooters. Nope. Duchess non-existent Hooters, pardon me, for being an absolute disgusting predator, which she is. It is absolutely gross that these children were behaving in this manner and that Meghan didn't stop it. It also says a lot that Meghan didn't stop this from, like, you could have easily not allowed this to happen, but Meghan wants to make it seem like, oh, look, these children love me. What I want to know is that one day when Archofficial or Invisibet see these pictures, how are they going to feel? How are they going to feel seeing these pictures and thinking, wow, mommy likes to hug all these little boys, but they're never hugging us? And then you've got Harry in the background taking a selfie with someone. Now, I'm just wondering, why is there a security guard here? They're in a closed area. They're inside of a building. Why do you need security guard? Like, this is so dumb. No body. Breasts, more like two bee stings. Yeah, I know. Hoot, hoot, owl eyes. You guys are hilarious. You guys are so awesome. They were pinching her bottom too, were they? That's gross. That's very gross. Ew. Ew, 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 all across the board. And you know what? As a parent, I would think that if Meghan Markle was actually a parent who cared about her children, she wouldn't be behaving in this manner. But she completely is all over the boys. She loved it. She loved the attention of the boys all over her. But let me show you this one thing. So Meghan, who likes to always preach about girls being equal, I want to show you guys this, just in case if you didn't see it in my video from yesterday. So while Meghan had no problem constantly hugging and flirting with these boys, look at this. This little girl, they were posing for a group shot. So the little boy is all over her again, but Meghan doesn't even rest her hand on this little girl's shoulder. But it's okay for you to constantly be embracing the boys. Just imagine what this would have done to that girl's psyche, let's say. That would have made me so upset. And you see the girl standing behind right here? You see her staring at Meghan's hand like, why is she just hovering it in the air? I'm telling you guys, being observant at times is a curse and a blessing. I'm telling you. Yeah, I've always said this. Meghan Markle did not give birth to those children. I believe, and I'll say it again, I believe there's an Archofficial. I believe there's an Archie because, I believe there's an Archie, but I don't think there's an Invisibet. I think there was too much of a mess surrounding Invisibet. Maybe the papers didn't go through. I don't know. But NT did come out with an interesting blind that said that someone had accessed the California vaccine database for children or something like that. And there's no Archie Mountbatten Windsor in that database. So who knows if he's actually going to school or anything. A part of me wonders if Meghan Markle tried to register Archie as His Royal Highness Prince Archofficial Harrison Mountbatten, sixth in line to the throne, Windsor. Maybe that's what she registered him as, and that's why he's not listed. So maybe look him up as Prince Archofficial, His Royal Highness Prince Archofficial. Yeah, Lilibet was allegedly born during that time. Yeah. Vaccines are required at public schools and not private schools. I did not know that. I have been the Itsy Bitsy Titty Club all my life. Hey, there's nothing wrong with itty bitty being a part of the itty bitty titty community. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Itty bitty titties are very cute too. And to be honest, sometimes I wish I was part of the itty bitty titty committee. Okay, because sometimes you want to wear those cute halter tops and stuff. And then when you got a set of fun bags on your chest, they don't look as cute as when you have those adorable little itty bitty titties. You just got ginormo fun bags. Meghan's got someone on Reddit said that Meghan allowed the children to rest their heads on her moon tits. And I couldn't stop laughing. Her fake laughing with her mouth wide open is so gross. Yeah, it's over the top. It's constantly over the top. I mean, if I ever saw Meghan Markle in public and her mouth was constantly wide open, I'd be the type that would probably bring a pack of hot dogs and see which hot dog I can launch to get into her mouth. I mean, she always needs her mouth to be open. I might as well throw something into it. And she is very familiar with hot dogs, so might as well be a hot dog for her. The only issue I would have is, would she like one of those big jumbo weenies like the Colombia's VP's husband that she was rubbing up against? Would she like a big Colombian style banana? Or would she like a thin little Vienna sausage like Prince Harry? Yeah, my mind totally goes completely left sometimes. My brain and my thoughts go completely left here. Would she like a big, thick Polish sausage or a tiny Vienna cocktail weenie? You tell me. I don't know. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to really jump on here and have a rant because I did feel triggered. Molly, you need an espresso. I know. I definitely need one. You can tell, right? My train of thought is completely off. I didn't write any notes either. So I'm just winging all of this off the top of my head. And yeah, I definitely need an espresso. I'm going to go make one afterwards. Prince Archie Sussex and Prince Lilibet Sussex. Oh yeah, they changed the children's last name to Sussex. And that is the dumbest thing. Like, you can't just instantly say, well, tomorrow I decided I'm going to go by the last name of Sussex. You got to do all of the paperwork for it. Molly, you're too nice. Harry has no weenie. Meghan took it. She gobbled it up and gave it to Marcus. That's what happened. Thanks, Peachy Nana. And thank you, Stephen, again. And thank you, everyone who has sent in a super chat or a super sticker. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Valkyrie says, I live for your energy, Molly. It's what keeps me coming. Oh, that makes me happy. I hope I can send out all of the positive energy out to you guys. That's what, when I come and do these lives, I try and sometimes the topics are a little bit sticky like this one, but I like to have fun and have a good couple chuckles. Misan did not go to Colombia. I think Misan did not go to Colombia because he was in all of Meghan's photos when they were in Nigeria. So she was like, you know what, egghead, since you wanted to be the star in all of my shots, you are not coming. That's what I think. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to get the heck out of here. Where is Andrew? Well, Andrew's on his channel. Andrew's on his channel, and it's not Friday, it's Wednesday. But if you are missing Andrew, he's got 2 channels, What's Going On Royal and his POV channel. You can check him out there. I know a lot of people have been asking, why aren't you on live with Andrew? I'm like, what? I'm with him on Fridays. This isn't Friday. Nissan's been Markled. Yep. Where did Marcus go? Oh, he's probably hanging out with Doria doing the horizontal cha-cha with her. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I've got some last minute school stuff to do for my little one that I don't have any nannies to take care of. And to be honest, I wouldn't want them to, I don't know. I wouldn't want anyone else to be doing my kids' school shop. It's not fun. And then Stephen Magnus says, maybe Misan wouldn't give Archwell the copyright. You could be right on that. You could be very right. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, mods, for being so amazing. And thank you to the chat. You guys are the greatest group of people ever. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.